guys, welcome back to I'm Right, He's Ron. Today my bestie is finally back from the villa and it is all over. Thank God, because I need you right here.
It's done. It's finished. I am back for good. I do not need to even... we're going to milk talking about it for a while. But I'm so glad I'm back. Don't have to fly to South Africa again. Don't have to get connecting flights again because that absolutely banged on. I think it was like... I had like 200,000 views on my story about me saying about this connecting. Joe, both times, so there and back, it was 25 hours door to door.
What?
It was bearing in mind I've been out there a week, but over two of them days were traveling on a plane.
And you weren't even on business?
I upgraded myself on the way there, but
They
not on
should
the way
really
back.
do that for you.
Yeah, they're premium. Think about how much money they spend on flights, anyways.
I'm not being funny. They flew Jason Derulo to perform. Do you know how much that would have bloody cost them?
Jason Derulo's here. I'm here in terms
Yeah, but it
of
doesn't
like
matter.
value.
But you're one of the people on the show.
Well, I wasn't anymore. I just went in there to vote someone out, which was mad. Mad.
How did that feel? I've been dying to like catch up with you about this.
So we knew what we was going there for, but it's not a nice thing to do, regardless of whether I like them or not, like individually or in a couple. It's not a nice thing to do because you're ending someone's chances to, one, let's be honest, we're all clout chasers. We're all going on there for followers and stuff. They won't admit it, but we are.
But I love that you actually are so honest when it comes to stuff like that. Because why else would you would you really fly 11 hours to go find love? Like, come on, guys.
I disagree with that. I think you can still find love there. I think it's a great place for it. So I do think that is that's a big positive of it. But at the end of the day, people are going there, they're getting paid and they're getting clout from it. Fine. Right. It's still a career move. But yeah, so it wasn't nice going in and having to do that. But I actually didn't care that much because I thought I have my reasons. You have to do it. You can't say no to it. You can't cop out and just, I don't know, not vote someone home. I just didn't expect it to be as crazy as it was because obviously the big thing that happened was Liv.
I know. What was your opinion on that? Because from an outsider watching like it, I don't know, that was mad.
It was worse in person.
I can tell. Everyone was so awkward. Like, did you see Kaz? She literally had to hide her face.
I don't think... So the boys and girls are kept separate. None of the boys knew that this was coming out. None of the... So we sat there and I remember like looking at Naz and Mon next to me going, oh my fuck. Like, what has she just dropped? And yeah, that's a bit of a madness to do that to someone.
Do you agree with it?
I would never do that to someone, whether I had proof or not, because I think you're opening yourself up to a lot of hate, which is what she got from both sides. Grace was getting hate for it. Liv was getting hate for it. She was getting death threats, which I think is just despicable from people, to be honest. I think it's disgusting. But we all get we've all had death threats from it. I personally wouldn't do it. I think if you're going to do it, make sure you've got pretty solid, like 100% proof. And she didn't.
I don't know about that one. Like, I can't lie. Like, I just think you just don't do that to anyone. Like, obviously, I don't know the whole situation. I don't know what they've seen. I haven't seen it myself personally. But let's just say one thing. Firstly, if I was in that situation and I had facts and I've seen it, I would not snake no one.
No.
Like, that's none of my business. And also, secondly, am I the only one thinking this? But who cares, even if Grace did say she wanted to win?
In my head, I was partly thinking, because obviously it was a bit madness, so we didn't really have these thoughts. But after we left, got in the cab back to this villa, and I was thinking to myself, actually, everyone wants to fucking win.
But also...
They're all going on there for 50k.
But also, like, okay, maybe not the 50k side of things. As in, like, no, that's great. Money's extra. Who cares? Like, it's always a bonus. But winning, I think, is more, like, I don't know. It's just a nice feeling, I'd say. And it's, like, an opportunity. But more than anything, like, it doesn't mean that even if that is say if you're going in there with the mindset of, oh, I'm not going to find love, like, I'm going to go there and I want to win or just enjoy the experience. Who cares? Everyone would want to. Like, how can you take that away from someone? Secondly, like, it doesn't mean that you can't go in there and actually fall in love with someone and have a connection. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't mean things can't develop. Like, I went in there not really looking for love for the experience. I didn't fancy anyone either. So to be honest, my one went the way I thought it would anyway. But I was still open to the fact that anything could happen.
Yeah.
And I'm sure she would have been as well. And look, it did.
Look, this is the thing, and I mean, when she did it, I mean, to be honest, I was zoned out. I was sat around that fire pit, and honestly, I didn't even care what was going on. I just wanted out. But in my head, I was thinking, right, she said it. Obviously, Grace stood on her ground and was like, this is outrageous. Fair play to her. I mean, naturally, you're going to do that regardless of whether it's true or not. But
Yeah.
I know Grace from being in there, and what Grace has with Luca is so nice. Like, they are smitten with each other.
Yeah.
And obviously, I wish them like all the best, and I hope it goes on forever, right? But I don't care that even if they were real, whether she wanted to win, I don't care, and I don't know why people made a big thing of it. Anyways, the fact, and I think it probably I think it impacted their chances of winning. I think that they lost by 2%.
I was going to say this to you. I really think so too, because even me as a viewer, I was like, oh, is it real? Is it not? Because it puts that doubt in your head. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, I just think like, she didn't deserve that. I can't lie. She didn't deserve that in that sense. Like, because imagine the anxiety she would have had, like, if she did say it, yeah? If I was sat there, like, I'm just speaking truthfully, like, imagine if I was sat there and I didn't even say it. I would actually panic and second guess and think, shit, did I say that?
People
like,
don't
what
realise
do I
how
look
mad
like?
it is. Right, people do not realise how much of a madness that is in the fact that that information gets dropped. You are in a villa with no phone, no contact with anyone, no family, friends, or anything. The way that plays on your mind, whether it's true or whether it's not, the fact that it wasn't, imagine how anxious and how that would make you feel in there all alone, thinking that the whole, not the whole world, it's not that big, but like hundreds of thousands of people were online giving her hate and talking about it. That's nasty. Nasty.
Who are you talking about? Liv or Grace?
Grace.
Yeah.
Grace is the one who had to...
Why did she get hate though? Because I feel like she didn't really do anything to get that hate.
Yeah, but people were doubting her intentions, thinking she's faking it with Luca. And we've just had the poll results, I think yesterday. They lost by 2%. You can't help but think, have they lost because of that? Because I don't know whether you'll hear this, but we was obviously in the crowd. I don't know if you could hear it on the live final, but the crowd was the difference between the cheers of when they went for all the other couples, then Luke and Grace, they had the biggest cheer by tenfold. It was silly. And we thought, oh my God, they've won. They've done it. But then the fact that they obviously didn't, obviously very happy for Katie and Gabby, that they're both great and I think they'll work. But I wanted Luca and Grace to win, right? Yeah. But I can't help but think that what Liv did has kind of ruined their chances of winning. Obviously, it's done now, and they won't care too much. Like, Luca out and out said, like, if he won the 25, he would have given it to charity. Like, you don't need the bread.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've seen the message of what it is. I think a lot of people have seen them now. A lot of fakes have been made on TikTok, and it's been ridiculous. Like, the way it's been easily created on Snapchat and then put on TikTok, Photoshop, all this sort of stuff. There's about 400 different screenshots, so you're never going to believe it. But the one that was actually shown, or meant to be the legit one, was done on iMessage from management, and honestly, no management messages on iMessage, so I don't believe them. I think it's all a load of shit, and I think it's not ideal. I'm so glad I wasn't involved, and yeah, it was a madness on the day. I think the whole thing was crazy. Like, obviously, people crying, people being nasty. You had Ronnie and Harriet piping up to people. One of the main things, because obviously I was dealing with the boys in the villa, one of the main things was Ronnie saying to Montel, like, we ain't boys, like, I just know you through football. Crazy. I
saw that.
Yeah.
That was nasty. You don't do that.
They're good now. They're all sweet. Like, it wasn't that deep after. But in the moment, I was kind of, like, Montel didn't even hear it. I heard it. But I was a bit like, oh my God, we had the best time in the villa with the boys, just taking the piss out of, like, Montel being like, well, we ain't even boys, mate. We're just know through football. Like, it was hilarious. And blokes, we're not really going to deep it. But even Montel was like, I don't really care that much. Like, it was a bit poor to say, but it is what it is. We just get over it. Like, I don't know. We don't really give a shit about all the dramas and stuff. But yeah, it was a weird week. I had one really good day there.
Like, what happened?
Safari.
I'm so annoyed that you didn't get to take videos of that.
I did.
Oh, did you?
I did. So had to give phone back, which I kicked up about anyways, but that's a story for another day. But I brought my camera. So then I managed to get some really good photos. I'll show you after.
Oh, that's good. That's
managed
a good
to get
idea.
some really good photos of, we saw elephant, lion, hippo, rhino, zebra, ostrich.
You.
Yeah. The only one we didn't see out of the big five was a leopard. Oh no, buffalo as well. We saw
That
buffalo.
was you.
Yeah. That was because Naz actually just posted something where I'm
No, I
apparently
saw
the
that.
buffalo. Ridiculous.
That's funny.
But yeah, so it was actually such a good day. Like, it was like bucket list stuff. So obviously grateful to ITV to actually make us go on safari. And we stopped off at like a pub after, and like we went out on a really, really nice meal that evening. That had the best oysters I've ever had in my life. It was such a good day. Obviously the rest of it was traveling or sitting in four walls, but the villa was incredible. It was over 6 floors. It had a lift in it. It was overlooking the whole ocean up in the mountains. It was stunning. Like my bedroom, there was 12 bedrooms. My bedroom was, I can't even explain how big it was. It was upstairs, 2 walk-in bathrooms, walk-in wardrobe, living room. Like, it was incredible.
It sounds like what I wanna live in.
Well, yeah, I
Forever.
think everyone wants that.
No, but I'm manifesting this shit. 100%.
Well, hopefully if the podcast does well, we can both.
Yeah.
We can both have one.
Please, guys, like and subscribe. We need money. We are broke.
Yeah.
Do you know what I wanted to ask you?
Go on.
What was your thoughts on the decision made in that when they picked Harriet and Ronnie to go home? Because personally, you know, everyone used, I did really think it was a cop-out. I know that them two as a couple, they are quite defensive. Like, listen, just hear me out.
Yeah, go on.
I do think that they are quite defensive. They don't really take accountability as a couple. I'm not trying to put them down, just being honest for my thoughts. However, I do think, even though they got their back up a little bit too much, I do think that they're one of the realists in the sense of like, what a bullshit excuse. And in the sense of like, I know you're going to have your own opinion. And a lot of people have said different things to me as well.
Yeah.
But obviously, I'm just going off of what I can see, right? And I think, what a bullshit excuse when they keep saying, oh, if it didn't work before, this, that. And I get people's reason for it. But hello, honey, I'm back with an ex. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't mean anything. And like, also, she had no choice but to leave him with what he did to her. So if he's now making a change and somehow they've rekindled and whatever, and it's going the right direction, doesn't mean that the love was not there for her. Do you know what I mean?
So I agree with the reason that just because you've done it once doesn't mean you can't do it again. Right? I agree with that. I think bearing in mind I didn't vote for Harriet and Ronnie, right?
Yeah.
But I think if I was to vote for them, it would have been purely off the basis that Ronnie kind of was carrying that relationship in the fact that he was doing everything for her and she wasn't really doing it. From what I know, spending 2.5, 3 weeks in there with them, Harriet was always open and Ronnie was doing everything for her and he was amazing to her. I just didn't feel like she was reciprocating that, and that would have been my reason. I thought it was the most one-sided relationship in there. But obviously I didn't vote for him. Like, my reasons were obviously for Elma and Sammy.
Yeah.
With their age difference, because I looked at it of like, well, that's a big thing on the outside world. She might want marriage and kids in a couple of years, and Sammy might not be ready for that because he's 9 years or whatever it is younger. They're my valid reasons. And I also said, like, I don't agree with Elma the way she, you know, speaks the way, especially with the Ekin thing being disrespectful. So my reasons were different, but if I could have, I would have individually voted out Elma and Harriet to leave.
You know what? It was so, you know, when I was watching, right? Because I was like, I know his 2 least favourite girls is Elma and Harriet. Yeah. So I was thinking, fuck, I don't actually know he's going to vote out now. But I did gather that because you are fond of Ronnie, I knew you wouldn't vote them 2 out.
I really, really like Ron. I think the way he's grown, the way he treats Harriet, or this time round, I didn't know him before. The way he's treating her and the way he's really shown something for himself, and I get on with him so well. I think he's such a top boy. I couldn't do it. Yeah. I like Sammy. Like, I've been out with Sammy so many times. So it was, for me, I know it sounds terrible, but like, my reasons were purely based on the 2 girls. But you have to give reasons about them as a couple.
So who done your head in even more was Elma?
I think I just had to look at it from an outside perspective. Like, I personally couldn't be with someone with that bigger age difference. I don't know how long Sammy's going to be able to put up with her piping up to people if that's the way she talks to people. Harriet, I don't know. Like, yeah, she does do my head in. We have to vote one of them out. We don't want to. We think they're all great, but you have to. Like, you can't just go, oh, I like them all. That's
You know
it.
what I was going to say to you, though? I did think that Elma actually took it really, really well.
She did.
She was not aggy at all.
No, she took it really well. I think Harriet saying, look, there's some cop-out reasons in here. Yeah, of course, but there's not that many legitimate reasons to give because we don't want you to break up. We want them to all do well. We're friends with them. We want them to all work as a couple. So everyone's like, oh, this, that, and the other, like piping up. And I'm like, whoa, Harriet, put yourself in our shoes. We don't want to make this decision. Yeah. We don't want to do this.
It's just a defensiveness. Like, I think it's
Which is what I don't appreciate. I was like, if you're going to say it, like, I know it's for the show and stuff, so you kind of have to pipe up. But just say, look, I know you're voting us out because you think it's one-sided or you think that because we've done it on the outside. But you've seen the way we are. You've seen our love. You've seen the way that we're further on in our relationship with the others. I need you guys to understand that this will work and we are going to make this work. And just stand on it. Yeah. It's not a bad thing. I know everyone, this is the thing. She was like, we don't want to win. You fucking do. But the whole point is that you've left with, I would say your boyfriend, but you've said no to him 4 times when he's asked that question. Why? But you've left with someone who you apparently love. That's what you go in for. You've got to, like, just close to the final. You've done really well. You've got hopefully your boyfriend. Yeah. That should be enough. Yeah. Leave. Some of us, myself, left solo. We're still single. Valentine's Day, on your ones. Cheers.
What did you do on Valentine's Day?
I was out there, wasn't I?
Oh, that's a great Valentine's Day.
Not really, when you're like stuck between 4 walls with no phone. Like, what am I going to do on Valentine's?
You had the boys, no?
Oh yeah, great. That's exactly what you want on Valentine's Day, to be hanging around the boys. Yeah, come on. Fuck me. I don't think I've never ever had a Valentine.
That's so sad.
It's so peak. So peak.
Maybe that's a you problem.
I'm actually starting to doubt whether it's actually me. It has to be me.
They don't want you.
Do you know what I mean? What the fuck is this? I've lived 27 years and never had a Valentine.
Oh, I'm joking on my own spit, but
it's
have you not ever been able to hold down a relationship? What's wrong with you?
Well, I've only had one.
Oh, that didn't go well.
Yeah, look where that ended. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm sat here every single year Valentine's Day comes around, like, whether I'm sending flowers to someone or sending messages to someone that I'm talking to. I've never actually been and celebrated a Valentine's properly. Obviously, I've, like, chatted to people and stuff on Valentine's, but it's shit.
But have you asked someone out for Valentine's?
I'm a problem.
You haven't asked... Wait, have you not asked to go out for Valentine's?
I've been in, like, talking phases at that around time, so, like...
That's your own problem. You can't make your own way to a Valentine's Day if you haven't been asked.
Oh, yeah, I know, but I'm just fussy, like, as we've clearly proven on TV.
So you basically haven't had a Valentine's because...
I've never been in a relationship for Valentine's, and I've never been in something serious enough at that point. I seem to sort of, like, start something after or just before, and it breaks up just before Valentine's, or starts after Valentine's. So I kind of skip that holiday. Probably save myself a fucking shitload of dough anyways.
Yeah, to be fair, you do, but...
I love it, though. I actually want it.
Yeah, well, we're going to find you someone.
No, I'm taking a break. We'll go with shit.
No, there's no break. We're going to find you someone. That's so sad. You could have joined me and Edis. Edis cooked for me this Valentine's.
Fuck that. I'm not third wheeling on Valentine's. Is that what you did?
Yeah, it was really sweet. He made me truffle pasta, steak, and like some veg next to it. It was actually really cute, to be fair, because normally we go out and we always do like a madness, like go away or do something cute. Like we always do something where we don't relax, if that makes sense, or like go somewhere. And this time I was like, I'm so tired, babe. I just want to chill. Like I've been doing so much lately. And he was like, me too. So he cooked for me.
Can I ask you a question? What did you do for him?
You wouldn't believe it.
Fuck all. There's no way you did anything.
For the first time ever, I've done something really thoughtful.
Go on.
I got a card. Wait. I never get a card normally.
You're telling me that's what you did?
I got more, you asshole.
Go on. What else?
I got a card. I wrote a really cute message. Really, really cute message.
Yeah.
Really cute message. I may have ChatGPT a little bit of
Oh
it.
my God.
No, I wrote it in my own words.
Well, obviously you didn't if you're using
No, I
ChatGPT.
wrote it in my own words. I just wanted to change a few lines.
Oh my God. It's meant to come from the heart.
It did.
So
It come
you've
from my
never-
heart, and then it just got altered a little bit.
So you've never done anything for him. It's always been...
No, I've done a lot more. Don't stop me there. I got him AirPods. And Valentine's ain't really a thing where girls get the guy a present.
But it's,
Ever.
Right,
Never ever have I
you-
in my life got a present for a guy. Are you crazy?
But this is the thing. This is why it's like...
But this time I did. Look, growth.
Yeah, I'm actually impressed.
I'm so impressed with myself. I can't believe it. Anyway, I got him AirPods. I got him some jumpers and stuff that he needed for work.
So
that's
really
it, to be
thoughtful
honest.
presents, really.
The card had loads of pictures of us and our cats.
Oh, that's... yeah. That's,
Hey,
Yeah.
I think that was really sweet of me, to be honest.
I mean, it's growth. We'll put it
Just
as
so
growth.
you know, though, like, I know I'm all about this whole man has to do everything for you, which of course they do. But like for birthdays and stuff, I always do go big on stuff. Like I have done like really good, nice things.
Well, I should hope on his birthday that you do
Yeah,
something
no,
for
but
him
I
because he
do,
can't do
like-
anything for you on a birthday. It's not your birthday.
No, but as in like I won't do something like mine. I'll be like, babe, we're going on holiday, or I've always got something nice planned. But as in this was more thoughtful in the sense of like I don't normally pour my heart out, so this was different.
Yeah, I bet you still use these cards to buy it though.
No, I didn't. Oh, you prick.
Well, at least you've got a Valentine. Jesus,
Yeah.
I'm still stuck so
And
long.
at least it wasn't food poisoning. I was really worried about that.
Oh God. No, I think I just need. I don't know. I'm taking a break from relationships, love, all that sort of stuff. I'm here for bread this year.
No, I think you're gonna meet someone.
Well, do you know what? I think if I stop looking, maybe it'll find me.
I don't think you have been looking, and if you have, you ain't done a good job of it.
Gone on the fucking show to find it and clout.
Yeah. Well, you didn't go on the show to do anything wrong. What are you talking about?
Like, to be fair, yeah, I just
You've done fuck
sat in the
all.
sun. Yeah, but that's because I didn't rate anyone. Like that's not my fault. I've still got the bar up here.
Yeah, the bar that Lana gave you.
But I'm just gonna not force it. And I mean, DMs are flooded at the minute.
You know what? I even had
Flooded.
girls message me saying, "Oh my god, we fancy Ron so much.
Really?
Please, can you like get me with him? This, that." And I'm thinking,
Well, I don't know. Send their photos and let's see what I got.
you would never get with someone that has DM'd me to like no. You,
No,
who wants-
referrals are great.
What guy wants a girl that's a beg?
They're not begging. It's just a referral. I'd rather meet someone through a friend and be like, oh no, she's lovely. You'll really get on with her.
But if they're like, I fancy him so much, please
What,
set up a date.
randoms?
No, yeah.
Oh, okay.
They
yeah, I
like
wouldn't do
they
that.
want you. Like I think they're gonna do a lot more than just talk to you, honey.
Honestly, my DMs are silly. Like girls are pretty outrageous in there.
It's crazy. Like I just.
I mean, I'm flattered, and I love it.
but play hard to get.
Well, not even that. It's because obviously it's difficult when they go in my hidden requests and stuff. Like, it's hard for me to. Like your trust isn't there, whether it's legitimate or whether it's like they just want to, I don't know. You can't really trust it. I find it a bit weird, but I love it because reading through is like a bit of a boost to the ego and it makes you feel nice. Everyone loves being paid compliments.
Yeah. It's
So
true.
every morning, if I open up my DMs feeling sad, Valentine's Day would have been lovely because I would have been like, oh, I'm on my own. And then open up my DMs, I'm like, oh yeah, like this is lovely.
Can I ask you something? So when you get like, say if someone messages you and it's like, I don't know, say they say something nice about you or like compliment you, what is your response in your head? Because I know you don't reply.
Well, I don't have a response because I don't think I think it would take a lot for me to reply. I'd have to think that they are silly worldy.
No, but do you ever find it annoying? I'm saying, or do you just find it? Oh, that's cute.
No, I don't find it annoying.
Yeah.
I find like when girls send nudes and stuff, that's pretty like it's pretty insane
Girls send you nudes,
all the time.
and they don't even ask for money.
Some want to pay me for stuff. Like
They want to pay you.
they pay me for stuff. Yeah.
What's wrong with people? Are they stupid?
It's a wild place.
Oh
Wild
my
place.
god! So they send you nudes and want to pay you for them.
They'll want to pay me for like socks, like pants, photos, like anything. They'll pay a fortune for it.
For
But
your pants and your socks.
yeah, for anything.
I wouldn't want your pants or socks.
Yeah, obviously. But like, I think some of the stuff that gets sent is out. Like, it blows my mind that people do that so freely. But they're the ones that I kind of just open, be like, oh, that's kind of nice, and then I'd kind of close that.
No, see, I get stuff like, oh, do you want a sugar daddy? This is, and I think, no, bitch. I I'm a sugar daddy.
You don't pay for shit.
No, but I
Got all
have
the money,
my
but
own
don't pay
money.
for shit.
What is the weirdest thing that you've ever received, like on Insta, social media?
I've had so many weird things, but like, I think coming out, especially when you're sort of like hot topic, self-gratification is probably the PG way of putting it, which is like, I'll open that and I'm like, what the fuck? It's insane. I think nudes in general from men and women.
What the fuck?
Yeah, men, like obviously gay guys. I would say people asking for like, this is it. It's weird, but I feel like everyone gets these as well. Like people will ask. It's normally blokes as well that will ask for like me to fart in a jar and send it to them, or dirty clothes.
That's disgusting.
There's honestly, people are pretty.
Have you ever considered it?
No, never. It's never the money's never been high enough.
How much? How much?
I wouldn't do it because
How much have
someone's
they
then
offered
got
you?
that. I don't know. Like some will be like for socks or pants, 500 quid.
That's cheap.
Well, yeah.
Oh, for a fart, it's not bad actually.
500 quid to send some socks or a pair of pants. I think most people would tap it up if they were struggling. Like, but the thing is, right? if I really wanted to do stuff like that, or if I wanted to make bread, I'd just go on OnlyFans. I'd make fortune. I'd make a killing if I went on OnlyFans.
You would.
I'd make silly amounts, but I can't do. No matter how much you could offer me 100 grand a month, I wouldn't do it.
You could offer me
And
$1
that's
million a month. I wouldn't do
that's
it.
life changing money, but I
Yeah.
wouldn't do it.
I would not do it. Like if someone said, "I'll make you a billionaire today," I'll say, "No, thank you, darling."
I don't know.
No,
Billion.
see, money can't buy me. That's the difference, honey.
No, a billion can buy. I don't think there's much. I don't think there's many things in the world that a billion wouldn't get me to do.
No, like okay, if someone said eat like a
Shit.
whole 10 tubs of Nutella, I would do it.
Oh obviously, come
That's
on.
different, but yeah, I would do that.
I'll do. No,
Well, that would make you feel sick.
Billion. I would do a lot for. I don't know, and I'm not going to put it out there what I would do for it, but like
I
definitely
wouldn't do much for it.
billion. You know how that's generation. You can
Yeah,
just
not
disappear.
yeah, but not if it's gonna make me like I have morals.
Yeah, I mean so do I. But a billion. That
Oh,
is
no.
pretty silly.
So someone
I could disappear
buy
off.
you.
I'd stop this podcast with you. Wouldn't need to talk to you anymore. I'd just dip off the world. £1 billion.
Never.
£1 billion, and you think I'm still hanging about with you? Yeah, okay.
You evil bitch. I won't forget that. Tell me more about the final. I want to know more about what happened when you was out there. Tell me juicy bits.
Well, the final I didn't care about, so I sat there. We get asked like we did like a TikTok live. You'll love this. You'll love this.
Go on.
So we did a TikTok live. It was in the kitchen with Amy Hart, and the questions was, what was the questions? First question was, now you're back in the villa. Do you regret leaving the villa? And I was like, absolutely not. Actually, maybe, because it would have been a week in the sun. But I was like, no chance. The second question, and this is what you'll love. She went, who out of any Islander, like ex-Islander, would have come in to get me to stay? And I said, you think I'm going to give you the juice? If you want that kind of juice, you need to listen to my our podcast. I'm right, he's wrong. And it was on live, so they couldn't like crop it out. So I plugged the podcast.
Good.
I just smashed it. I just thought, yeah, you know what? They can't even edit that out.
It's the one time your brain worked. I can't believe it.
What are you on
Well
about?
done.
Look, it was just a nice, easy plug, joking about with it. And then after we did all those questions, they sat us down, and all I was doing was asking for a drink, but they wouldn't give me, I think, one glass. And then I never had anything to do with it, like, at all. So I'm sat with Naz, Chugs on the table, and like, you had the crowd behind us, and they loved me. They were like, yeah, like giving all love hearts and stuff.
Yeah,
It was
because you are
brilliant.
really, really loved though. Like
know.
everyone
It's
really
actually
does love
so
you.
nice.
It's so nice, isn't it? Like
I love
I'm
it.
so glad that I'm annoyed that you didn't show your personality properly and that you didn't, show your other side to you. But I'm so glad that the public can see what a nice person you are. I don't want to compliment you too much because your head's already big enough and I can't stand it. But
All I get is you're respectful, you stay true to yourself, you're a gen, like all these nice things, and I can't be more thankful for it. But it was just like in the final, having people like even just walking over to the chair. Obviously, you're so close to all these like South Africans that live locally, and they all love you, and they're all so like cheering for you, even though you got not like literally, I wasn't.
They're really
was on
nice
it for like
there.
however many. They're lovely.
They're so lovely.
And then I think it was so funny at the time. Basically, Maya was talking to Catherine and Omar on the chair, and when they got like voted, when they placed, and Maya was like, "Oh, this was so outrageous. It was so funny." Maya put Naz in a blender. She went, "Oh, Catherine, you was really in the trenches. You were stuck with Naz."
I saw that.
And
I couldn't.
we creased because I was like, Naz has been violated so many times now, and she just went for him again, and it didn't even pan to Naz as well to get like a reaction from it. They just didn't care. So I'm sat there with Charles creasing. Then it literally, the camera flipped to somewhere near it, and you can just see me in the background just in stitches. And I just felt so peak. But Naz took it well, and we just grilled him for when we went back to the villa. We just grilled him for it. It was so funny.
But you know what's so funny? Like, you can tell she said it and was like, "Oh shit, I just said that."
Oh, I thought she rated the fact that she said it.
Yeah, no, it was funny, but I think she thought, "Oh shit, maybe I took it a bit too far."
Maya loves getting stuck in and sort of grilling people. Like, I don't know what it is. She obviously gets something out
I
of it.
think she says what everyone else is thinking.
Oh, that's quite peak to say you've been in the trenches with Naz.
Well, I'm not being
That's
funny.
sore.
Yeah, but you could say that, but then you could also feel sorry for Catherine because she was sat there listening to his whole slow burner bullshit. Like, there was no such thing. He just wasn't going to do anything.
But vice versa, you could
She was
say
bored out of her
you
mind.
could say Naz was in a tough position because he didn't feel it with her.
Yeah, but then
So
just
it works
say, I don't-
both ways.
But then you say, "I don't feel it." You don't sit there and lead someone on, and just she was bored out of her bloody mind. Feel sorry for Catherine.
Yeah, all right, fair. I mean, we grilled him for it regardless because we didn't
Yeah.
care.
If you don't feel it, then do what you did, or just be honest. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
see,
So-
and I was getting grilled for putting for saying no to like even Harriet after one conversation. I was getting grilled for that, being like, "Why are you not even giving it a go?" And I'm like, "Well, it's not worth it.
yeah.
Like, if I don't feel it, I don't feel it." And I know within like a conversation or two whether or not I'm gonna fancy you or whether or not I think you're all right.
Yeah.
So I'm just how I was outside, being like, "Look, this ain't gonna go any further. There's no point in us trying. I'm wasting your time. Go and crack on with someone else." Yes, that's shit for the show, but I'm not gonna do anything I don't want to do. What's the point of leading a girl on and like spending days and days with him in the same bed and I can't flirt with someone that I don't rate.
Yeah.
So
do you think then, really, it's based on looks? Because
No.
you're saying within the first 2 minutes. Come on, it is clearly.
So if I don't find you attractive, obviously I'm going to find it difficult to flirt with you and to
Yeah.
want to put myself into that position. Attraction, no matter what people say, I am majority personality, but you still need to be physically attracted to someone. But I know after speaking to someone, I don't know, call it 15 minutes, right? Then we're chatting in there. Probably I end up chatting to Harriet for like, I don't know, half hour. I know how that conversation's going, and you can get a feel for it, whether there's like a bit of a spark there, a bit of banter, a bit of flirting, a bit of like, you're getting on. You know, we agree on certain things, or like we're talking about, I don't know, talking about all these different things, and it just flows. I know whether or not I'm trying too hard.
Yeah.
And it should feel so natural. And I know whenever I've been seeing someone, or like if I've liked someone, you can spend hours on FaceTime with them. You can spend hours and hours and you never want to leave because the conversation doesn't die and it's so natural and it's the most easy thing in the world. And even if it does, you know when you know it's like going really well, that you can actually sit there in silence and it not feel awkward and it
the worst
feels
thing is to
right.
be with someone and it feels awkward.
Exactly. And unfortunately I spent 3 weeks doing that.
No, I get that. So at least you were true to yourself. So you just basically went off of the vibe, not only the vibe but also the attraction and look.
Yeah.
I get that. Like, I feel like for me as well, like, I don't know. I think for girls it's different, you know. I think guys straight away look at looks, if you want me to be honest, just from the vibe I'm thinking. And then once they get to know the girl, if they've got no personality, then that won't ever keep them there. But no, to get the initial attraction from, like, to get that attention from a guy, it's always about looks.
Yeah, but girls also need to fancy her.
Of course.
I do agree.
But
in the
to
fact
keep
that,
the
like,
man there, they obviously need to like your personality. But to get
Yes.
them, you know.
you can. That's why the saying is that you can laugh someone into bed for
Yeah.
girls.
Yeah.
Like we can because we've got banter.
Girls are so stupid, innit?
We can get girls into bed, or we can get girls to like us because of humor
Yeah.
and because of how funny we are. We will still, like, for example, if you're I don't know, if you don't see someone initially like that with attraction, but you get on so well, over time you're probably like, why have we never given it a go? Because it's always been, because you know, maybe we do that because we get on so well. But if you really don't fancy them, then that part of the relationship, like the intimacy, isn't going to be there. So something's always going to lack, and it can become boring. So you are just better off staying just friendly. But as a bloke, I think, a lot of people just think with a dick. That's their problem, is they look at it and go, oh yeah, I just want to smash that, which is like mad. But at the same time, you think, well, okay.
Yeah.
I personally, because I'm ready for a relationship and I want to settle down, I need both things.
Yeah. When do you feel like you started to become ready and felt this way? Because it's been quite recent.
I've always been. I've actually always been this way. I've always been a bit of a lover boy. I think because I've never had it, I wanted it so bad at one point. And then obviously first time I went Love Island, getting into a relationship, I loved every part of it, because I feel like my best self comes out in a relationship, because I'm a very giving person, I'm a very caring person. I want to make sure that their day is the best day, and I want to make them feel special. I'm very selfless in that respect. So I'm my better person when I'm in a relationship. So I feel like, I'm missing out, like I'm missing out if I'm not in a relationship. I feel like I needed to have sort of 6 months, which I did after, of sort of a bit of, I mean, I hate saying it, but like a bit of self-love, being happy with just being on my own. And even after this time round, I'm now getting that urge again where I'm like, although I am ready to settle, I need to stop constantly wanting it. I need to sort of learn that doesn't need to happen just yet. It can happen naturally. Stop trying. Or stop wanting it so bad. Probably not trying, because I don't try that hard.
No,
if I'm
just
honest.
stop. Like, you don't need to force anything. It just happens if it's meant to happen. Exactly. I so agree with you. And I think like, if you're with the right person as well, it will show, because a better side of you will come out as well.
I will happily say, and so many people told me this, like girls, I am a good guy. Like, I'm a nice person. Like, probably I'd say I'm quite a rare specimen.
Oh God, this again.
But the problem is people don't trust it. Girls, because they've been fucked over in the past.
But that's
they don't
annoying.
believe.
Like, don't put your own. I get it, but then it's like you can't bring your old traumas into a new relationship. Otherwise, that relationship is not going to work.
Some people can't help that.
Yeah, well,
because
do you know
they've been
what?
fucked over so
yeah, but
bad.
then do you know what? There's a way to deal with things like that. Like, if I felt like that, I would go to therapy, because then you need to obviously move on from the situation and actually deal with it. You can't forget about it and sweep it under the carpet. Like, these are things that you need to deal with for you to have a better future. And if you're gonna put that into a new relationship, then just expect it to fail.
I agree, but you need to preach that for girls to do that. Because I'm all ears for it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of wear my heart on my sleeve. I can actually speak. I guess blokes, we get this stigma where we don't talk about how we feel and stuff, which, to be fair, we don't. But I'm actually quite good at it. I can talk about how I'm feeling about things, because I don't really care. I don't think it's that deep, and I'm not someone who's trying to act all fucking big dog and like heartless. Sometimes I go through phases where I'm like, nah, fuck that. Like, I'm stone cold. But the majority of the time, I do feel quite deeply about things. I'm a massive overthinker in that respect.
Yeah, you do overthink a lot, don't you?
Massively.
I'm like that as well. I think it's an age thing, you know. When we were younger, it's like I just didn't think about a thing. Now, oh my God, everything.
We didn't need to. It's like when we was young, we didn't need to think about it. Like, what was the biggest stress we had as a kid? Bloody getting your homework in on time.
But I think it's the bad things that you go through life that make you think too much. Do you know what I mean? And that's like also anxiety. Do you know what I mean? What else was I going to ask you? So in the villa this time around, when you went for the final, is there any like relationships that you feel like you rekindled, or like anyone that you got with better this time round that you didn't? Do you know what?
You're going to really like this.
Go on.
I think me and Sammy are on okay terms.
I'm so glad, honestly, when you like mentioned that beforehand, and Sammy was like, "Oh yeah, we just had banter." I was like, "Thank fucking God."
She said that.
Yeah, like I messaged her the other day, like she was both like really nice about each other, and I thought, thank God for that, because I can't tell you the amount of people and videos that went around about you two when you was in the villa, like, oh, I wish he waited for Sammy, this, that, and I'm thinking, babe, if only you knew.
We spoke about this. So when we was in Holding, like before going on for filming either the first day or second day, obviously I see her for the first time, because obviously I wasn't in there with her. And I was like, just chatting to her normally, like, is what it is. Like, we ended up just, we was actually bantering about the fact that we unfollowed each other. We was bantering of the fact
Did you
that
unfollow each other?
yeah, like 2 years ago.
You two were such kids.
Then we was like bantering about the fact that we didn't like each other and things like this because of everything that happened and all that sort of stuff. But it was nice to joke about it. And actually, I was so like, it was her birthday out there.
Aww.
So I was saying to her, I was like, oh, I have like the best birthday. Like we're just chatting normally. And yeah, we made a few jokes because we obviously saw the videos that were sent of us two having really good conversations from the first time round, being like, oh, how life could have been sort of thing. But we kind of acknowledge it now. We've not that we've brushed it under the carpet, but we're just fine. Like it's actually quite nice because at the end of the day, we're both going to be at your wedding.
Oh,
like we
thank God
need
that
things to be good.
Because I can't lie, this would give me anxiety. Not that you lot actually had a proper issue with each other, but it's awkward. You don't want two of your friends to not like each other or dislike each other. Do you know? It's just awkward. And I'm so glad that you lot, like, because I don't actually know what the real reason was, but just I'm so glad the stupid thing has died, and that you two are
It was
friends
good.
now.
It was good that we saw each other.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like. Let's be honest. I don't think we're ever going to be best mates.
Yeah.
But it was good to get to that point where we actually did talk quite a lot and we were just joking about things and we just got on. It was fine. On the boys on the way home, we was on, it was when we was in the cab to the safari, us having like lads chat and stuff. We was all like basically, I can't remember who asked me. It was like, ranking all the girls that were in there, like best looking to worst. Terrible and very like.
The girls out in the villa.
The girls out like
the
girls in total, every girl in, which yes, I know probably shouldn't have done that. Like it's just blokes chat, unfortunately. And
in the villa where you was, I'm saying
everyone, every girl's on Love Island, like from this All Stars. But yeah, I ended up putting Sammy first, and then basically on the I can't remember what day it was, but Mont got to go see Kaz in their villa. Because we stayed separately, and the girls were like, I don't know, they would question him about it or whatever, and he obviously didn't want to say because that's something that you shouldn't really be telling.
What the hell? Well, she's beautiful. Like I do think she's one of the prettiest ones.
Yeah, well, I mean, I said it, and Mont said to Sammy that I'd put her top, and she was like a bit gassed over it or whatever. I don't know. And I was just like, for fuck's sake, like please.
Yeah, but
don't
any
make
girl
this a
would
thing.
be. Do you know what I mean? You want to be like the prettiest.
Well, yeah, but like I was just in my head, I was thinking, I've just given her a little bit. Like it's fine. It is what it is.
Sammy would have loved it.
I know this is the thing.
No, but I think that's nice though, because you went from not really being on good terms to you're able to just be nice about each other now.
Yeah,
and that's sweet. And she's a beautiful girl.
Yeah,
she's one of the prettiest ones. So
I mean, I would
probably put her one of the top as well.
Exactly.
No, that's sweet. I'm glad you lot are on good terms. That's all that matters, and that you won't kill each other on my wedding day.
No, absolutely not. Like at the end of the day, I'm at your wedding and I'm gonna have my ex there and I'm gonna have bloody Sammy there. Yeah. So I've got to be able to.
I know. Well, you know what? The good thing is you're quite cool with the boys anyway. Like you're so comfortable with them that it's not a thing. I think you'll be fine.
I'll be more than fine. I'm gonna have a great time.
Yeah, I can't wait. We'll talk about that on the next one.
I think like the whole week itself of being back out there, seeing everyone, the final, it was lovely to see everyone and catch up with them, regardless of whether I'm going to see a lot of them after or not, which, let's be honest, I'm not. And it's not that I don't like them, it's that just life, I've got mates, do you know what I mean? I'm not going to see them all because I've got proper mates at home. I think the boys that I stayed with, I'll definitely see more because we bonded so well. But sitting there in the final, I'm so happy for Gabby and Casey. Casey, obviously, third time lucky, managed to get his win.
Yeah, talk about third time lucky. I'm really happy I'm happy for them. Obviously, I just think that Gabby's such a sweet girl.
She's honestly the sweetest.
I think that she really deserved it.
I think they'll last outside. I really, really do.
I hope so, like, as in, I don't know innit. Like, I don't know Casey too well. Obviously, you know him better. But as in, I just hope they do. Because to be fair, like, as much as I have all these opinions of him and all these girls do, he does seem really good with her.
He's changed.
Yeah, he has,
I noticed the change.
I hope that it's genuine. But they do, and he's quite funny. So to be fair, let's just hope they get on with it and they're good.
I think out of the couples, I think obviously,
I did want Catherine to go further though. Like she was in the final, but I kind of wanted her to win. I can't lie.
I think it's difficult because I think Catherine and Omar they cruised so well where they didn't really have to do a lot. So
Yeah.
probably people didn't see them as much, therefore they wouldn't get as many votes. I think Elmer and Sammy's chances were obviously hindered by her last week antics. I think Curtis and Ekin, because of how big they are, people love them.
Yeah.
You know, Ekin's got more followers than Love Island itself. So
Yeah.
she has a massive, massive following. So they were always going to do well. I think Luke and Grace, because I think their relationship, obviously I'm biased, but I actually think they're the best in there. And I think they'll do really well outside because of how smitten they are. And obviously Casey and Gabby were so loved anyways. And, you know, Casey is the guy who kind of carries the show. He does, like how funny he is, and he gets involved. He pipes up when he needs to. He's a producer's dream, you know.
This time I feel like he was, but the last 2 times I didn't feel like I saw much of him. So
Because he never had the couple.
Yeah.
You're in there to win the show or to get to the final.
Yeah,
you need
it's
to
true.
pipe up at the right times, have a lot going for you, but also being a really nice couple, because
Yeah.
the ones that are interested in love, they'll vote for you and love you in a couple. But then because you're entertaining, beefing, being funny, they all go part and parcel. So then you're going to get the most airtime. People are going to love you, hate you. People are going to talk about you. Therefore, you're going to get the votes. You have to have every piece of the pie.
So overall, it was a great trip. You're glad you went on it. You're glad you left it.
Yeah, I'm
You're
like,
fucking fuming that you had to fly back.
well, yeah, I think like, look, to round off the trip, it's kind of like, I'm glad I left. I'm glad I did it. I don't regret going on it, but I'm done. You know, I'm so done. Like, and I know I said it probably last time 2 years ago when I hated it, but I've got a much better view on it these days from going on it. But I mean, I think me and the producers probably agreed that I don't think we'll be knocking on each other's doors for round
That's
3.
so funny. Like, they probably hate you.
Probably. I do cause a lot of issues, but
Yeah. I feel like all it is you've matured, you've grown up, you've become a man.
I mean, I was before, but
No, but you become a man.
Yeah.
Like, you're mature. You're ready to settle down and meet the one now. And
I was
that
before.
show, no, it's not about that. I'm just trying to say, like, this show, this lifestyle isn't for you.
yeah, no, I agree.
It's
with
really
that.
not. And you're done with it.
Yeah, I'm done. That's it. No more Love Island for me. I mean, we can talk about it we'll milk it for a couple of episodes because people do want to talk about it. I'm sure we'll get probably, I don't know, we'll probably ask for everyone's questions, I'm sure, and we'll do probably an episode on answering questions. We'll do a Q&A and we'll dish out all the stuff that you want to know just in case we haven't covered it today. But for this episode, we are over and out. Take it away, Tanya.
Thank you. Make sure you like and subscribe so we can fill up our piggy bank. Bye.